Hi, xin chào các bạn. Chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh Vua Trò Chơi và tôi là Deralam. Đây là cái chiều trong ngày hôm nay và chiều nay thì chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục với lại băng game Kingdom Come Deliverance. Hôm nay là chơi phá đảo game này luôn nha. Vô. Vừa mới giết tay sát thủ để ám sát ông này đúng không? Hình như hơi thiếu ngủ. Ngủ mấy bữa nay ngủ kinh quá, ngủ ra. Góc nào đó ngủ. Đi lên trên không biết nó cho ngủ trên đây không. Ké sợ nó không cho. Ngủ tới 8 giờ. Ngủ nè, đói nè. Trời. Mâm đây đi, thịt xông khói hư hết trơn rồi. Đỡ xúc xích vậy, xích cũng còn 50 à. Không làm hết nhiệm vụ phải chạy quân chưa nào. Thôi bây giờ bám nhiệm vụ chính thôi. Nhiệm vụ kia dài quá. Tiếc. Ở đây đúng không? Xong rồi. Để xây mấy lăng đá bắn công thành để cứu phu nhân. Cái chạy lính là mua rượu cho nó rồi, mua rượu mua thịt rồi, xong rồi mua ác ính luôn rồi, đủ hết rồi. Vụ tu sĩ mướn tu sĩ gì giáo sĩ về cho quân thì phải đi. Ok, này bốc khói lên nè. Aha, đang xây nè.
A well chosen site. You want to strike the gate, do you?
True. We don't want to do more damage than necessary.
I quite understand. Sir Toth is held
Ông chưa mua thuốc
there,
cho
is
họ
he?
mà phải mua
Just
luôn.
so, Master Conrad.
Optional mà không làm
I
cũng
hear
được.
you have some accounts to settle with him.
Sao tiện làm
Not
không tiện thôi.
entirely. I've done with him. Sigismund trusted him more than me in his campaign against the Ottomans, and we all know how that ended up.
How did it end up?
Badly, my lord. The flower of French knighthood was slain there. Sigismund fled for his life, and I did too, I must confess.
Be assured we shall not make the same mistake here. We do not intend to starve them into submission, but to break down the gate.
I am at your service, my lords. We will build the trebuchet quickly. It will be ready in a matter of days. And I can supply, for example, Raketa to sweep the foe from the battlements.
Roquetta? I do not believe I've heard of such a term.
Raketa are missiles filled with black powder with a touch hole at the bottom to ignite it. They shoot forward, something like a hand cannon, but without rocks. The rocket is the missile.
I see. But we don't have black powder in these parts. Nor cannon.
Indeed. It should have occurred to me. But I am very fond of Roquetta, and I always think what Alexander the Great might have accomplished with them.
Ốc đâu ra đại pháo với lại
I
súng.
understand. We find ourselves in a conventional situation that demands a conventional solution.
I'm still hoping that Toth will see sense and parley with us.
He may well do so, especially when we set up the trebuchet on his doorstep.
Sậy. Ê, cần đánh mấy máu hả? Tôi đánh là được rồi, mấy thằng lính nó mạnh quá nó đánh hết còn gì mình đánh nữa. Không. Yếu bớt thì mình mới có cơ hội tên
God
đánh.
bless you.
I came to...
He's already here. You wouldn't believe how clever that fellow is. That I guarantee you.
Đưa mật khẩu gì đấy?
Just one thing. If he should send you somewhere and tell you to give some password about a fox or some such, well, you should take it with a grain of salt.
Password?
Glad I could be
I'm truly grateful to you. And the men will be too when the assault starts. Fine work. You've certainly saved many lives. I probably shouldn't, but go and have a look in my trunk.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Đúng không? Rockkeeper là vô kho đồ của ổng rồi, cho cái gì kìa. À, đợi hả? Đợi mấy ngày. Đợi thôi, nhưng mà phải có chỗ ăn chỗ ngủ chứ. Yeah. Chọn nào đó để ngủ qua chân một cái đêm. Đây thì có Lidesco. Nhà tắm nè, hai nè, đây nè, đằng sau này không biết phải là thợ rèn không, sửa đồ luôn. Yeah, chúng mày thợ rèn à. Ở chỗ này bán thịt thì đi tắm thôi. Ông mà để bệnh nào xây xong rồi nó hay đi tắm rồi đi tour thời gian đi ngủ. Ngủ với lại mua thêm đồ ăn. Những cái phòng của tôi bên này lại thiếu ngủ, khổ, ngủ cho đã luôn. Chưa xong nhỉ? Tầm này chắc phải cả tuần quá. Mà muốn tua một tuần cho nhanh, tôi nghĩ là qua rách tay, qua cái chỗ đấu trường này nè, tua nó lẹ. Trong nhà không di chuyển. Cái đó thì cần phải đặt cược tí.
Good health.
about...
I'm glad. A nice... I'll see you later.
Mà đi sửa giáp ha. Giáp sửa đồ chuẩn bị trận cuối. Hello, chào Phan Hoa nha.
I'm honored.
Đây vừa sửa vũ khí vừa sửa được giáp luôn.
Gods. See.
Xong đi mua thêm đồ khô.
God save.
Thêm một ít thịt khô này để được lâu lắm luôn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Đấy, chạy lên ông này tua cho lẹ, ông này tua hết một tuần luôn. Rồi nó bụng 64. Cái này hư rồi, vứt.
Greeting.
Ông gì đang đánh nhau hả?
I'd like to enroll.
You'll have to wait a few days.
Phải wait a few days.
Good luck then.
What? Giờ là chỉ có ăn với ngủ thôi. Đây chơi tới 20 giờ xong ngủ tiếp. Con chó nằm chung luôn kìa. Đợi cô máy bắn đá được hoàn tất xây dựng xong rồi. Đi xem buổi thử nghiệm bắn đá. Ok. Đi tắm không ta?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
CHIzijU.
Nào các nàng tắm sạch sẽ cho vị hiệp sĩ nè.
God bless.
Đang mà một cái là lúng cán á hả? Lúc cán. Một cái.
Yeah.
Rồi chúng ta quay trở lại Timber.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bắn trái đầu tiên bảo đảm hụt. Ủa gì vậy? Đây chứ. Ui bạn thấy xong rồi kìa. Double share lại đây nè. Double share. Ép. Thử chưa ngài? Nó một viên thử. Bắn viên xong rồi nạp đạn lại nó cũng lâu nữa. Chứ không giống như trong đế chế bắn liên tục xíu chú. Rồi đây bắn viên xong rồi bắn viên nữa phải chờ mấy ngày.
Now, let's see how strong those walls are.
Let it rip.
Không tới.
That was just the first shot. The trebuchet has to be calibrated. That's perfectly normal. I'll have the range in no time.
Move. Move. God damn it.
Tình
I
báo
have to
về.
get to Sir Divish.
Gì đây?
Sir. They're coming.
Hả?
There's no time.
Someone bring water. Breathe, man.
Đúng là ai?
You'll be all right. Who's coming?
Đừng nói tới CHÍİ kéo quân tới giải
There's
cứu
an army
này.
on the way.
Quân đoàn luôn à?
And they're carrying the
Đội quân
colors
luôn.
of HhelNG, of Valdek. And they're very close.
Have a medic.
Medic là thằng
Sure
nào?
you're not coming to help us.
Not that bastard. I have a score to settle with him.
Medic và chúng nó có bao nhiêu thằng?
Gentlemen, Toth's reinforcements are about to
Sứ
descend
viện
on
của
us.
Toth
Swine.
How many men?
We don't know
là
exactly.
thằng giam ông
There are
David
many.
10
They
năm.
will probably be here by dawn.
So soon?
Cho nên ông mới nói là có
How
một
is it that we
cái
knew nothing about this
mối
before?
The
thù.
whole land is in chaos. It's a wonder we can find out anything at all.
If they attack from the rear,
We'd be finished, just as Toth has been planning.
The sneaky weasel.
he's been one step ahead of us the whole time.
Not this time, though.
What are you thinking?
Robard, how do you think the weather will be tomorrow?
Well, sir, if my joints don't deceive me, and they rarely do, it'll rain. It'll rain buckets.
Trời sẽ đổ mưa to, chúng ta sẽ phục kích ở đây.
We'll make a stand here, I and Radzig's men. You will wait until they charge us, and then strike them from the rear, here and here. If we succeed, we'll have it over and done with before they notice anything in Townburg.
It might just work. But we'll have to leave someone in the encampments in case they do come out of Talberg.
A few men will be all I need.
Well, that depends on whether you can hold out. We don't even know how many there are.
We will hold out.
I'll give the orders to my men.
We will be ready.
Ai còn không biết chúng nó có bao nhiêu người cơ mà. 100 người tiêu.
My
Làm gì có
part's
đủ
on the
100 người.
battle, sir. I wanted to go with the Skalitz men.
I need more than that from you.
More, sir?
If we can't hold out at the quarry, we're finished. You, I, Hanish, and Radzik. And since Hanish is commanding the flank attack, Radzik is captive and I'm wounded, Captain Robard will be leading on the field.
Of course. Who better?
There's no question Robard's a good commander, but many of the men will be from Skalitz. We need someone there who knows them and has their respect.
Sir?
I mean you, Henry.
Được Henry làm chỉ huy không?
That is...
Phải có nhiều lính ở Skylit tới. Được.
I want to be in the vanguard.
Cho tôi làm quân tiên
Now
phong.
hear me well, Henry. There are whole cemeteries full of heroes who rushed into danger. And if the first human you meet runs you through, it won't be good for morale. Not to mention that Radzik would have my guts for garters. In
Sao
the
mà giết được
battle,
tôi?
you and a group of Skalitz men will be concealed in the woods over the road.
But sir, I think I should...
Quiet! Don't underestimate the task I'm setting you. You'll have to keep nervous men on a short rein and not attack too soon. And then conduct the attack on the rear so fiercely and quickly that the foe has no chance to react. If the line should start to break, we need someone with their head firmly on their shoulders to keep control of the men.
Very well, sir.
That's what I like to hear. When you're ready, go and join the Skalitz men. They'll be mustering in the woods above the road to Rete.
Very well, sir. Ấm rồi ha, sửa đồ rồi ha.
If you thought you'd be spending the whole siege
Như đầy lính
sitting
rồi
on
à.
your horses playing dice and swilling ale, you were sadly mistaken. HhelNG is bearing down on us with his band of goat fuckers. And if there's one thing we pride ourselves
Kiếm
on in
sáng choang.
Talberg, is that we defend the honor of our goats.
Dạ. Tiến ra chiến trường. Yes. Anh này còn ngủ nữa, dậy giùm cái. Chuẩn bị sẵn sàng trong khe núi trước cầu đến Dronep. Ropna. Đâu? Ở đâu đây thôi chứ hả? Đây nè. Tới mình đi trước rồi.
We'll drain their blood.
Mày còn đang chưa chịu đi nữa. À đi rồi nè. Đó, bắt đầu kéo quân đi dần dần rồi đó. Bao nhiêu? 7 người. Bao gồm ông Anet nữa là 8 người. Roba chứ. Bên nét là cái lão lính của lão của Cách Tây. Thế thì xin phép đi trước. Cầu hả? Dưới hả? Đây, chúng ta sẽ mai phục tụi nó ở đây.
Not yet.
Như thằng
Easy.
10 thằng cái gì? À đó. 8 thằng phía sau nữa. Rồi. Đông vậy. Mình có 10 à. 30 thằng, 30 thằng.
Just a little longer.
Đưa vào đếp.
Easy.
Tỉnh nào anh em, không dữ vậy.
They were expecting us. First troops to the bridge. Break through.
30 thằng á.
To the left. And the rest is come with me. We'll flank the bastards.
Giữ vị trí kìa. Ôi.
Charge! Grind those horsens into the dirt!
Cổ nó giùm cái. À, thằng này quýnh lén. Mày nè. Rồi, ra đó. Mày, một thằng nữa. Chứ có ai bên mình chết chưa đâu. Gõ vô đầu. Bên đây nữa. Phải cứu mình bên này. Ủa? Đi cũng được hả? Hay là do đây còn thằng nào? Nó không cho di chuyển ra kia. 4 người đánh 8 người ở đây. Nó gấp đôi luôn. À, tiếp viện trong của mình. Giúp Sir Hannes. Khỏi với đầu nè. Đi quéo. Đừng có chữa như vậy thôi à. Tranh thủ tôi uống một bình thuốc đây. À, vẫn còn. Ra là nó tỉnh dậy.
Here's their leader.
What? This boy?
You should show a little more respect, Divish. You'll need it when you kneel before Istvan.
Oh, now the pup shows his teeth.
Istvan, you say? Not Sir Istvan? Or Lord Toth? Just how intimate are the two of you?
Bắt được thằng bắt con rồi nè.
I know him. He's Eric, Toth's captain and right-hand man.
Finally, some good news. Shackle him and guard him closely.
Rồi cấp báo doanh trại bị đánh
Those
nè.
bastards want to destroy our trebuchet.
Ra thủ trại. Trong quân tiếp viện rồi, giờ ra quân chạy. Có từ Tamber kéo ra. Đi, quay về. Chân bảo vệ mấy bắn đá. Bộ chung của mình luôn ấy. Chứ thủ trại là lão Banus. Lão đang thủ. Phi của ông Hanus, gia tộc Hanus LệCH. Hơi xa nha. Tờ lơi đi hả? Giao chiến nhanh được đó. Tôi đi trước rồi. Ủa dù gì nữa? Sao nó hất mình xuống rồi? Quỷ ngựa. What? Thế này chỉ có đi bộ thôi. Hiểu chuyện gì mà nó tính là đang giao chiến, cái ngựa hất mình xuống qua. Không muốn đi, không cho cưỡi, không cho dùng ngựa luôn à. Phải đi bộ chung với lính mình. Rồi đi nào. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Để lại cho lão Banus có một vài người, a few men, biết mấy người, 3-4 người sao thủ. Từ một đội quân ngựa 100 người giờ còn nhiêu đây hả? Kìa là ai? Rút kiếm ra. Để tôi làm tiên phong nha. Tăng. Cô đậu. Hết. Ra một nhóm chặn đường thôi. Ủa sao vẫn còn là gì đây? Hình như nó mới bị bất tỉnh rồi. Này chưa chết. Xong mới đi được nữa. Này chết chưa? Chấm dứt. Chết. Dầm gì đây nữa. Lên. Ý, nó thằng còn sống à. Nó mới tỉnh dậy. Chạy đi đâu? Đây vẫn còn thang. Kết liễu. Nào đi được chưa? Phía trên quýnh nhau to rồi kìa. Tiếng đánh nhau trên này rồi. Có mình tôi lên nữa à? Lên. Hay lắm, đội trưởng bên áp. Dừng lại đó đi bạn ơi. Trăm 25 rốt sen luôn. Đây 775 nữa cơ. Đấy đâu cho tiền lắm rồi.
Well,
Sao giờ bắn tiếp được
The
chưa?
damage isn't too serious.
so we can shoot.
Not just yet.
Sir, what are we waiting for?
You've heard his threats, Robard. Do you want him to kill Radzig and my wife? We have to consider all our options.
And it would be a shame to destroy the castle, too. But how do we get that rat out of there?
Sir, I might have a solution. What about exchanging hostages? He was the captain
đổi
of
con tin.
FANPAGE, and he brought Istvan's reinforcements here. He seems to be on very intimate terms with Toth. He might be able to tell us something. And he might even be as valuable to his lord as Lady Stephanie and my father are to us.
You're your father's son, by God.
You're a godsend, lad. You're right. We'll interrogate this whore son, and then decide what to do next. Come to my tent when you've rested.
Tham gia buổi họp chiến lược trong lều. Đấy tí.
Start talking. God bless you. What trouble?
I won't betray my lord.
Henry. Just the man I want.
What's the problem, sir?
The Archbishop's vicar has come to HUYycz. I don't know why.
What should I...
Firstly, find out why.
I understand.
The best thing.
And how can I...
No,
Cái nhiệm vụ
indeed.
phụ nha.
God be with you.
Đây. Đây họp bàn chiến thuật
Hello,
nha.
Eric. Fuck you. You need to change your tone. If you start being nice, you might just come out of this alive. So now I'll ask you a few questions, and you better think carefully about how you answer them.
Hết nha. Tên Todd này là ai?
Who is this Toth?
He's an orc, same as me. The Turks killed his parents, so he started killing Turks. Sigismund needed men like that, so Istvan ended up in his service.
How did you meet him?
He killed my parents.
What? Toth killed your parents?
You could understand. They were weak. Istvan's strong. He took better care of me than any father.
What is he after?
Are you really that clueless? To destroy Wenceslas's allies. You.
Chúng ta có bao nhiêu người trong thành?
How many men does he have in the castle?
Tầm 20.
There were nearly
Mà ta có gần 70, mất quá nữa còn 35.
There's probably not even half.
Nó còn nhiều hơn bao giờ hết trong lâu đài.
But that's still more than there ever were in
Cái
that
35.
castle.
Tầm 20
More than
thôi.
enough to defend it.
Làm việc cho ai?
Who does he take his orders from?
Are you stupid? He works for Sigismund.
Quên. Ta sẽ đổi người lấy con tin.
Listen to me. Toth has hostages in the castle, and we have you. So, how about an exchange?
Do you take him for a fool? Do you really think he'd give up the only thing he has that stops you from attacking? He'll never accept an exchange.
You better pray he will, for your own sake. Because once we attack, you'll be worthless to us. And what do you suppose will happen to a worthless bandit?
Ta sẽ không phí thời gian với ngươi nữa.
I won't waste any more time on you. You could have saved yourself, but apparently you value your master's skin more than your own.
I don't need to save myself. Istvan will save me. and he'll kill every last one of you.
LÍCH.
Why should he save you? He'll sacrifice you, just like everyone in Vranic and Pribyslavitz. You're nothing but a common bandit.
You don't know anything. He'll come for me, and anyone who lays a finger on me will pay dearly.
Now I'm curious. Why would he care that much about you? Could it be your lovers?
You never understand.
For a while there, I thought we'd get nothing out of him. But in the end, he spilled his guts.
I thought you were much too easy on him. But it seems your approach was the right one. Well done, lad. Anyway, it's clear that young fellow is no ordinary brigand. And he believes Toth cares about him. We'll just have to see if the bastard cares as much about him as Divish does about his wife and you about your father.
Thôi, lại được tiền nữa kìa.
Well, Divish,
Giờ mấy nhiệm vụ này cũng được 600-700 đồng.
the time has
900 đồng.
come to find out just how much Toth values our hostage. Do you want to parley with him yourself?
I think I'll leave that to you, HhelNG.
So be it. I'll do my utmost. Bring the hostage below the battlements.
Liệu thằng kia có chịu trao đổi không? Trao đổi 1 lấy 2. Phu nhân một lãnh chúa đổi một tên cướp quèn. Trừ khi thằng đó là tình nhân của thằng này.
Did our neighborly visit catch you unprepared?
A little, but we've settled in nicely. And this fellow is enjoying our company so much, we simply can't get rid of him. It seems we are in similar situations. Perhaps it's time to send our respective guests home.
Not a chance. Do you take me for a fucking fool? Be warned. If anything happens to Eric, I'll let every manjack here have his way with this bitch, and I'll dice Kobila into goulash meat.
Nobly spoken, your grace. But for all I know, you may have done that already.
Divish,
Phu nhân
I'm
này
sorry.
có bị la đâu.
Greetings, friends. Fear not, Lord Toth is treating us like royalty.
They're unharmed, as you can see. But don't try any tricks or they won't be for long, HhelNG.
It seems your lord doesn't place any great value in you, boy.
Này không trao đổi được à.
I'm sorry. It looks like it's not going to be that easy.
Well, at least we know they're alive. I didn't expect much of it anyway.
He won't harm them as long as we have this fellow.
Well, friends, what do you suggest?
I'd say we have no choice but to attack.
It's a great risk, Robard, with Stephanie and Radzig inside.
I know how you feel, sir, but Toth is no fool. They are his last safeguard. He will do nothing to harm them until he is sure of victory.
Would you be saying that if it were your wife inside?
Or your father?
Well, let me point out that we have no choice anyway. We don't have enough supplies to keep men here for weeks, while gangs of brigands and Sigismund's army roam the countryside. Toth won't agree to an exchange, and even if he did, we'd have to let him go. With all his men, he'd be a thorn in our sides till Judgment Day.
Sir, a message has arrived.
Oh, what is it?
Margrave Jobst is approaching with his retinue and wants to speak with you.
Jobst, you say? All right.
What is he doing here?
Who's Jobst?
Jobst of Luxembourg is cousin to King Wenceslaus.
Có cái thành
and
chồng tí
Sigismund.
xíu đánh không được.
He's the Margrave of Moravia.
Only a year ago, he was collaborating with Sigismund and the League of Lords. He betrayed King Wenceslas and his ally Prokop. Now, he's changed sides, appointed himself the leader of the rebellion against Sigismund, and wants to liberate Wenceslas.
Whichever way the wind blows.
Nevertheless, it seems the decision is made for us. We don't want Jobst camping with us in front of our own castle like a band of gypsies.
I'm afraid you're right, HhelNG. All right. We'll let the men rest a while, and then attack. Come to me when everything is ready.
Mà tấn công thôi. Theo tường, đục thành gì đó. À, có bắn thêm shabu shell. Cái nữa đi. Nói chuyện với ngài Dan Davis này. Davis chạy đâu rồi?
God be with you. Take care now. Hey!
Hay là ông qua chạy khác rồi. Ui đúng luôn. Chạy bên dưới rồi.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ta tấn công được chưa?
I'm glad you came.
Sẵn sàng phục vụ.
At your service, sir.
I'm about to give the order to bombard Talmberg. And since it's mainly thanks to you that we still have a trebuchet,
Để có vinh dự được
I
bắn phát
think
bắn
you
đầu
should
tiên.
have the honor of the first.
But, sir, I have no...
Master keys, there's nothing to it. All
Mình sẽ
you
nạp
have
máy
to
bắn
do
đá, bạn chỉ
is
cần phải
pull
đẩy
the
cái
lever.
cần
I
gạt
suppose I
thôi.
can run his...
Then we'll bombard Talmberg for
Phá
several
Talmberg vài
days.
ngày rồi
Sir
đó.
Robar, goodbye.
Phải trở lại máy bắn đá chứ gì.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sang kìa. Bắn rồi. Đạn đi. Cần phải nói chuyện với thầy này không?
May the Lord watch over.
Thôi, nạp đạn đi bà con. Kéo dây. Căng dây lên. À, hình như tôi phải đi lấy cục đá. Biết bắn được mấy cục mà lại lấy nhiều đá đó. Nhiệm vụ cuối nhớ save game nha. Ok. Đó. Đấy, rồi, có vị trí rồi ha. Tự đi lấy đá nó bỏ vô luôn ha, tôi làm không? Cái đụng vô một, cần đụng vô cái gì hết. Tự khiên bỏ vô luôn. Lâu lắm chứ mà. Bắn một cục xong rồi chỉnh chắc cũng mấy tiếng đồng hồ mới bắn được nữa. Sao mà bắn liên tục hoài. Chưa? Khai hỏa. Bắn kìa. Phải không? Bùm. Nữa đi. Một viên. Rồi sân trong rồi đó. Dùng. Tính nó không có nạp cho mình nữa đây. Ta chỉ cần bắn một viên thôi là đủ. Chỉ với ngày Roba. Ra đâu?
Divish said,
Sir,
Sir Divish said you tell me what happens next.
we're going to watch Istvan shitting himself.
That's all.
For a few days at least. So if you have anything to attend to, now's the time. Just don't forget to come back. Goodbye.
Ok, bắn mấy ngày kìa. Đợi cuộc bắn phá kéo dài 2 ngày liền kết thúc. Well. Bắt đầu lại nói chuyện nữa kìa. Nhưng mà phải đợi 2 ngày mà.
I'm here.
Can't you see we're still... Take care.
2 ngày. Nghe thì 2 ngày. Để đi ngủ 2 ngày. Xem còn nhiệm vụ phụ nào làm nốt. Nhiều lắm. Cái nhiệm vụ chính rồi cho xong. Đây là nhiệm vụ chính đang hay. Bắn phá vô giải cứu phu nhân. Chưa đủ 2 ngày nhỉ? Chiều chiều mới đủ 2 ngày. Là tới tối luôn, tới mai luôn kìa. Rồi, boss đang đợi tôi. Sáng giờ làm gì là
Yeah.
đây, trời sáng rồi, lên đường.
Yeah. To me.
Tôi nghĩ chúng ta phải tấn công thôi.
Since Sir Divish's colours still aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Istvand's a stubborn bastard.
All right, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need, you won't have another chance until we...
Tôi đã sẵn sàng rồi.
I'm ready.
We're going to attack on two fronts. The north gate
Còn phía
and
bắc,
the west wall,
tường thành
which
phía
will
tây,
scale with ladders.
đeo
The
bằng thang
attack
à.
will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
Rồi, sir, yes sir. Tôi nghĩ tôi biết những gì tôi cần rồi.
I think I've heard
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow you. It could make...
I'll help with the attack.
I'm proud of
Ủa,
you.
tôi chưa chọn mà.
You've changed from an insolent pup into a tough, reliable fighter.
Mà đánh ở cổng vui hơn.
And as God is my witness, we will kick those whore sons' arses.
A village lad and an old soldier. This van must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got coming. Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
I'll remember that.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good luck to you, old soldier.
See you later.
Tung tung tung. À, còn bao nhiêu đây đứng hả? Cái chuỗi bữa nay bận giáp đẹp vậy, không bận giáp thường nữa. Gom gom lại chắc cũng còn được 50 người. Bắn phát cuối. Tan cửa luôn, rớt cái cổng nó xuống luôn. Ừ, đông hơn lúc đi phục kích với bảo vệ chạy, lúc đi phục kích với bảo vệ chạy nhìn nát quá trưởng. Còn bây giờ đông rồi đó, tấn công. Tôi phải đánh cổng chứ hả? Đi cái đường này. Cổng cơ mà. Trời ơi, đây cũng được. Này hơi ghê. Lên. Tôi sẽ đi tiên phong. Nãy nói cổng hay tường thành. Rõ ràng là không chọn gì hết, nhưng mà thằng Henry nói cổng. Giờ lại đi đánh tường thành. Có hiệu. Ok. Ui. Bắn lén. Quân mình lên ơi, quân mình lên ơi. Từ này ra cổng chứ hả? Cổng cũng đông. Quá. Chọc nó. Đâm này chỉ có đâm là dễ. Gì? Uống shotgun hả mày? Có thằng nào phía sau không? Đây. Cắt địch la liệt luôn. Còn một tên thôi cái gì? Không. Tôi coi có cần lên tường thành giúp quân mình không? Phu nhân đâu? Phu nhân đâu? Hay đi đường nào ta? Trong đây làm gì có ai? Có ai trong đây hết? Chắc là còn đánh nhau trên tường thành á. Tôi vòng ra phía sau á. Đúng nháo ở đâu á. Đây nha. Mình đánh hết quân mình đây rồi. 4 thằng. Cái này bị lỗi rồi. Cái này bị đơ rồi. Tên cuối cùng. À, 4-5 thằng nữa. Đấy.
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hamish.
Mà chưa thấy nó đâu hả? Phu nhân với lại cha đâu?
Istvan! It's over!
Trốn trong tháp này.
You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
Mm-hmm.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship.
Giữ ông
But
cha lại.
Radzig comes with me.
Không
I'll
quen theo
release
phu
him
nhân
in
dễ hơn.
scuds.
Out of the question. Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. Then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Hai thằng á, nói về thằng lính nữa thôi.
Bring the horses.
Con ngựa nào già yếu.
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Stephanie.
Forgive me, husband. I'm sorry.
For what?
For letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Lên, đuổi theo. Vậy là cuối game có bắt được thằng đó không? Hay là đợi phần 2? Chào hiệp sĩ Hans Kapun.
What should I say to him?
Don't worry, it'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
Yeah.
The way you found
Yeah. Yeah.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Will Toth keep his word?
Yeah.
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
So Radzig will be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other?
Yeah.
A few weeks?
Chỉ mới vài tuần á.
Like that.
Tưởng cả tháng thôi, 2 tháng
Before
rồi chứ.
that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnings. And now look at us.
Yeah.
A pair of veterans.
Yeah, a veteran.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Đâu có đâu đi đào củ cải đâu.
You silly bugger.
Yeah. Yeah.
What will you do now?
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Ratte and its people. Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
Yeah.
There's no sign of them. Move on.
Yeah. Không được thả về nè, thằng kia trốn rồi, sao bắt được?
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
4 người bắt 2 người. À đâu, thêm thằng quỷ kia nữa là 3 người.
Right, father.
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
LÍCH nè.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
Nhớ đi tắm à? Tắm gì nữa?
So little about
Tắm
his
rồi.
past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours.
Kiếm của con đấy.
For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. and then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name.
Mark von
Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did.
Đó là trong game này mình mới tiêu diệt được cái bọn cướp cỏ thôi, chứ có bọn cuộc chiến giữa tranh giành ngai vàng giữa Sigismund với lại Wenceslas đã
On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
Anh chở cha về.
It's like I always imagined it would be. Teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
Quân ai đây mà đông thế này?
I think I know.
Hầu tước
It's
Jobs.
Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Wow, cảm ơn Phan Hoa lại donate 50k nhé. Ít game rồi anh em ạ. Đúng không? Tính ra game mình mới chỉ đánh được cái bọn cướp thôi mà. Còn cái quân đội chính thức của vua Sigismund với lại bọn Cuman gì thì đã đánh được đâu. Chiến tranh giành ngai vàng vẫn còn bỏ ngỏ. Nhiều thứ ở phía trước. Nghe nói là họ đang làm phần 2. Trời, không phần 2. Còn một đoạn nữa hả, để tôi skip qua cái này nha. Có đoạn gì nữa. Rồi luôn, super chat, good, thank you. Cảm ơn.
You're doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now.
Cả cái vùng này được có 100-200 quân mà đòi đánh ai. Giống Crusader. Game gì? Crusader King 3.
You'll be fine.
Quân có mấy trăm mà.
Proud of you.
Quân cả nước thì mới được cả ngàn 2.000.
I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard.
Họ đánh chúa được 50, 100 lính cao căng đét.
And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
Game of Thrones mấy lãnh chúa nhỏ cũng vài chục quân. Vài trăm á.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Động á. Đây.
Don't go. No. What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn.
Ngủ tới trưa luôn.
Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Lãnh chúa đang bàn bạc với Job tổ chức quân đánh lại Sigismund. Người đâu mà đánh mic à?
It's just I don't know how to address you anymore.
Tự nhiên cậu biến lại thành con trai của LịCH.
Hobnobbing with lords and ladies, and here's me as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun, and I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here, or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Tự dưng lại thành quý tộc, ngủ trong cái phòng sướng không? Lò sưởi đồ đàng hoàng luôn. Chị, bạn đang trong khu vực riêng tư, phòng riêng luôn nè. Sổ nhìn ra ngoài thích rễ. Ủa, mình lại ngủ chung với lại thằng nào đó, chung với một quan này. Hậu chuyện. Góp ở thành trên. Trên là thành tốt trên cái gì?
Oh, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume
that we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear.
Ông bắt được thành ra kiểm tra.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Gapen.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst is just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace.
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
The question is, which king?
Vua nào?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
Ông này đang bị cầm tù.
I have to confess, my lord,
tù thì còn vua gì nữa, ông kia lên làm vua rồi.
If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other.
Ngài vẫn đang cùng phe với người họ cái Sigismund. Đổi phe.
And I have always stated my position.
Bây giờ thời thế đã thay đổi.
Times have changed.
Sao?
How they changed, Your Grace?
Kia thì bị
Sir,
tù.
there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur: that King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And
Em
you
trai ông
helped
này
him
cũng bị bắt
do
à?
it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted
Prokop, em
Prokop.
trai ông này.
I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idols.
Ta phải bảo vệ nhà vua chứ không thể để ông ấy biến thành con rối.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergov, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergov is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
Mày đang đi vận động hành lang. Ai sẽ về phe
What kind
bảo
of
vệ
help,
bảo
though?
hoàng?
Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Bergov, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Bergov know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is
Hai ông thì hai ông bay thành nữa rồi, còn một ông
What's more,
Anders này nữa thôi.
King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Bergov would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Gutenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft the letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
I expect it would be best to write it in your name as Lord of LİCH.
Quite so, Margrave.
Chuyện với cha của bạn.
So, it looks like you're off on them.
Yes.
Lại
I
một
don't
sứ
want
mệnh
to
mới.
dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Trả bức thư rồi quay về thôi.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough.
Nope.
That's about all.
Very.
Giao thư à?
So what do you
Thì
think?
nói có một lâu đài nào đó đẹp lắm. Giao thư à?
Whether they plan to take action against them or support their efforts.
Read my thoughts, sir.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Gutenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here.
Tôi nghĩ là mình sẽ không tới được cái lâu đài gì đó đâu. Bởi vì nếu mà tới cái lâu đài đó thì họ sẽ phải thiết kế thêm một cái khu vực
We'll be
nữa.
back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
Chắc là ra ngựa là tới hết.
Godspeed.
$5 đồng. Chúc mừng, bạn đã hoàn thành cốt truyện chính. Nếu muốn, bạn có thể bắt tay vào nhiệm vụ phụ và hoạt động khác đi vòng quanh thế giới. Bạn có thể kết thúc trò chơi bất cứ lúc nào bằng cách đi theo đoàn của Sir Hans Capun. Xếp lệnh cơ. Đúng không? Đi theo đoàn của Sir Capun. Hết game.
Good gracious, it's Henry.
champion of the Rat-Eye Tourney.
Cái này phải thắng mới được gọi vậy nha.
Are you wishing you'd stayed home at Rat-Eye instead of joining in our nighttime venture?
You must be joking. I haven't had so much fun since... actually ever.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part. When I was hauling you like a sack of grain to the battlements, dead to the world.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more gently. I'm black and blue all over.
Oh, all right then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord.
Goodbye.
Đâu? Đi không? Tốt. Lãnh chúa tại sân trong. Đợi ra sân trong nè. Mình lên ngựa mình đi kìa.
What the? So, can we set off now, Henry?
Nó không thể đợi nữa.
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Bergov is bound to be waiting as eagerly.
Đây, có đoàn tùy tùng hộ tống luôn, 4 người. Để phòng cướp bóc trên đường.
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord. What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. It beggars belief. Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglar, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hannes?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Eglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hannes as such a rebel.
Thẳng hướng Bắc, Tây Bắc. Thì
And
là
have
tới
you
rìa
heard
bản đồ
anything
luôn.
about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to
Rồi
wrest
lính mình đâu hết
power from
rồi?
a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
Bốn lính kia đâu rồi?
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
Hay là tụi
I
nó chỉ đi
haven't heard
tiễn nữa?
much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
Yeah.
Mình đi nhanh, nó cũng không đi nhanh ha. Đi tà tà thôi. Này quen, này cái chạy ngựa ở đầu game này, nó hot. Đi một đoạn mới tới được đây hả?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ta có thể đi nhanh được không, lãnh chúa? Này chừng nào mới tới nơi? Đường này bữa nay nhìn lẹo, rộng thênh thang luôn. Phải đi tới rìa bản đồ luôn. Ở đây là tới vùng nào? Tới rìa bản đồ là hết. Tôi không nghĩ là họ sẽ thiết kế một cái lâu đài rồi một cái vùng đất mới cho anh tham quan đâu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Các bạn DLC đi xây thị trấn hả? Cái đó là chắc anh em tự chơi thôi. Tôi chắc không chơi đâu. Xây thị trấn mình xây ở cái game Medieval Dynasty, xây nguyên cái làng to đùng. Này dừng chân ghé quán nước nghỉ ngơi nè.
Greetings. What business have?
Hết rồi.
Take care.
Đợi Capon đến khu trại. Let's go.
See you later.
Hết này nha. Giờ còn đi đâu nữa đâu. Quay for me đáng. Đây nhiệm vụ này là nhiệm vụ gì?
Well, young sir, what now? Shall we ride boldly forth to adventures new?
I never took you for a romantic soul. But as it happens, a romantic soul is just what I need by my side right now.
What, here? Now? Aren't we leaving?
Phải chúng ta đang đi sao?
That's just the thing. Here we are, about to ride off into the unknown.
Tôi sắp tới những cái vùng mình chưa được biết tới. Không biết cái số phận gì đang chờ đợi chúng ta. Khi chúng ta chết như những người anh hùng trên chiến trường thì sao?
I'm a little worried about you, sir. Aren't you getting overheated inside that armor?
Ngài đang bị quá nóng trong bộ áo giáp đó hay sao? Bây giờ nó kêu là muốn phải đi cua gái trước đã. Là cậu có giúp ta hay không? Let me have.
You, Hal, shall be my messenger of love.
Why me? It's not like you to be.
Đưa thư tán gái à?
And who is this?
Chứ không phải là mình đi tới vùng nào hả thưa ngài?
What happened? No.
Goodbye.
Chờ tiếng thôi. Lính giờ nó mới tới nè. Có thể là chờ tụi lính cái là nó sẽ có cái hội thoại khác nha.
See you later.
Have with your cow ship. Chắc là hết rồi đó anh em ơi. Hết rồi đó. Rồi thôi, hôm nay ta chơi tới đây thôi nha. Câu chuyện của chúng ta tới đây là kết thúc rồi. Chúng ta bữa sau là tôi sẽ chuyển qua game mới. Cảm ơn tất cả các bạn đã theo dõi. Chào và hẹn gặp lại. Chúc mọi người một tối vui vẻ. Bye bye.